What? Is it Friday? Good. Do I get to have whiskey? Yes. Also good. Do I know what kind of whiskey it is? No. Greetings. Welcome. My name is Brian. And welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. Blind Fight Night. These are a rarity. Because I have so many samples already. And I know what they are. Plenty of people have sent in samples with labels. How nice. Thank you. But this time, they have labels that make no sense to me. Yet. Music Master. Okay, if you would say. So I'm looking forward to this. And it also helped because there were plans for things and they changed. Which happens. So that gave me a much easier time tonight. It was like, oh no. Oh wait. Oh yes. Good. I like that. Whee. I go background music is rolling. If it's too loud, let me know. If it's too quiet, let me know. Because I cannot hear whatever you're hearing. Unfortunately. And probably for the best. Because I would get very distracted by my own talking. Especially if it were delayed. Which it is. Because it's going through the internet and through everything and into your eyeballs. I forgot to grab an extra water. Shoot. Alright, I just can't drink all of that right now. I switched back to the smaller bottle. Because it's less expensive. I'm a sucker for that water. I don't know what it is. We've talked about this. Where's the chat, Brian? I don't know. I can't see. There we go. I see the things. Hello. Andrew Butler. Hello. That is our donator of the evening. Who donated these shramples to this channel. So Andrew Butler, you're like, appreciate this. Unless you sent me something really truly awful, I'll be upset, but only for a little while. And I don't think you do that. My thing here is not to be like, here, this is disgusting. It's like, no, I want to find out what you like. We get to try it together, and more importantly, I get to try new things. Unfortunately, sometimes new things are disgusting, but find out. Again, I don't think that's going to happen tonight. These all look very interesting, at the very least. And I don't know what they look like at all. Like color, anything. I know what the bottles are, and I know the names that are on the bottles, and a lot of them are encoded. 5 fingers. High five. Hello. Zinboot, hello. Good mystery, yes. Got Moody, hey, welcome. Hanging Daisy, hey, -oo. Welcome to this madness. I'm just going to pour these because I'm realizing I have a time limit. Well, sort of. 5 hours. 5 hours? Why did I say 5 hours? 1 hour. I think I was thinking that it's been almost 5 minutes. Your guess is as good as mine. So here's the first one. I'm going from right to left. My right to your... My right. Your left. I don't understand it. But to make that a little easier for you, I think I have this. So we're going to have A, B, C, D. I didn't label anything else, but if you get like a general idea of where my hand is, again, it's not exact, but I feel that helps when I'm talking about what's in front of me. And that way I can just refer it to A, B, C, or D. And you should be able to figure it out. I think I used to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't recall. But I think we stick with A, B, C, D because there's the circulating YouTube whiskey tube thing where everybody seems to like the D. Take that with what you will. Yes, drinks on Andrew Butler. Cheers. Thank you. And these are only 4. There are 3 more that I'm going to do at a later time. But he recommended I do these first. So, all right. You sent them. I hope that's true. This one is 21. Rangifer Tarndus. I think I'm joking. 21? Oh, good, come on. I know it's not even normal font, but give me a break. There we go. That is going to be A. That is going to be A. It's right here. B has the letter 46 on it. I was gonna say it, so I said it. All right. Dolce. Tree. These are all ridiculous. Trichodiotis. Is this Latin? I don't know what the hell this. I know it's not supposed to make sense on purpose, but here we are. 46. 46. Thank you. If anyone can pronounce that, please. I was gonna say please tell me, but it would just be the type. So there you go. That is number B. You heard me. Camera? We've had this talk. I know it's confusing for you, but relax. Number 48. That's right. I said number this time, but this has number 48 on it, for whatever that means. I have an idea. Azalea luteum. So this could be any other language of the world, and I would have no idea. Other than maybe... I want to say Japanese, but they don't spell words like we do. So I would look at it and go, don't know what that says. And here we go. We have 52. I did them in order that makes sense to me, all right? Because I have numerical problems. 52. Cameron, thank you. Gentiana? Nipponica? But that is D. So again, I'm not going to show those again because they are hard to focus. But we have, I did it in numerical order. So 21, 46, 48, and 52. Because I know what some of those might mean as far as the numbers go. Gave me a little clue. But this one, at the start, I'm like, no. So, let's pour them, shall we? This will take a little while. Probably won't actually sip any whiskey until 20 minutes in. I'll try to do this quickly. I haven't even opened these at all, so I don't know how they're sealed or anything. Andrew B. is an allergic man of whiskey indeed. That's a rumor. I mean, it certainly sent me some stuff. He's traversed the whiskey tube world, sending his whiskey to people everywhere. What a generous soul. Oh, God. This is the only one that's bigger. If you can tell, the other ones are all smaller. And again, I have others that will be dranketed. I'm pouring them all first. Give them a little time to air out. Only a little bit. Like, even when I'm doing my whiskey videos, I'm not, pouring it and then putting it to my nose immediately. I have a tendency to ramble a little bit, but then I actually smell the whiskey. And I'm eyeballing these for the record, so. The attempt is to do about half an ounce or less each, which would end up being 2 ounces. Hey, I can do that one in my head because I like to remember that one specifically. Gives me a good idea. However, these are also in tiny Glencairns. These are not the regular size, so hopefully it's a little less. The less is more going on here. Breaking news! Oh my gosh. I think I went to one of those. I don't remember why. Linnaean taxonomy. Mostly Latin with a bit of Greek here and there. Hey! Apparently I understand Latin. Although I have a song. I have the Ave Maria. Is that Latin? Greek? Something? Language is weird, man. But I know Ave Maria in the weird words. It's the only song I know like that. That could be Italian. I don't know. I don't think so. So here we go. This is A right here. The Bastard's Ballglen, tiny little thing. That's a nice color. Very goldish. Immediate thoughts are Irish or Scotch. Probably Scotch. That is my feel of the whole thing. Pop KillCo, hey Dad. Welcome. Are you guys back at the house? Are you still chilling in the fancy place? I imagine you're back at the house. Northwest Bourbon. Cheers. This is B. B. Is this just a normal mini Glen? I didn't know I had one of those. Oh. No, I had no idea I had this. I thought of them had labels on them. Okay. That is B, and similar to the first one. No huge difference. Maybe a little darker. Or maybe I just poured a little bit more. I don't remember. Japanese lichen. This is C. This is in a whiskey mentor's glass. Wow, what a surprise. I don't remember if this is the one that I bought or one I stole. And she knows that story. I accidentally walked out with one of her Glencairns the first time I was at her store, and she just opened it because I thought they went with. I didn't know you're supposed to give them back. All right, leave me alone. She knows. Mustache of epicness detected. Bourbon's bourbon. Hi, welcome to this absolute mess. Hope you are well, rested, and staying warm. It's been a bit chilly, and this is D. This one seems like the lightest out of all of them. Again, whiskey metrics glass, big surprise. But this one was for the wildlife. She does a if you don't know, Irene Tan is awesome, and she does a charity event in Rhode Island for the Roger Williams Park Zoo, which is the zoo I've gone to numerous times growing up in the area. So I really appreciate that. Again, it's not a giant zoo. It's Rhode Island. We don't have a lot of room for a giant zoo, but it's a really nice place. And maybe I'll go back there in the spring. It's been a while since I've actually just gone there to go there. But I was there last year for her event. So this was the year before, 2021, where I was just someone there to taste whiskey. And then this time around, I was there to serve whiskey and talk about whiskey. It's wild. Because I'm a som. That chain thing is heavy. Okay. Yes, you're back home. Okay, now. Let us begin by going through them with the nose. Oh, I was much faster than I thought I'd be with the pouring. Not sure why. We have some water. As always, thank you for remembering, because I forget most of the time, but yes. Oh, it's under the letter. Whoops. Well, it's there. It's under the D. It says like and subscribe. Most of you have already done that because you're here. At least the subscribe part. But who knows? I forget to hit the like button numerous times unless someone says it. It's one of those. Let's go with the nose of A. And cheers, everyone. I am not having a sip yet, but cheers. Thank you for being here. Let me know what's in your glass. I'm curious, and I don't like to drink alone. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't have to be alcohol. So here we go. Oh my gosh. That is a crisp apple. Oh, that is beautiful. I like apple cider, so this is an easy way to make me happy. And because of that reaction, I immediately think it's a, what the hell was it? Compass Box did an Orchard House, something like that. Lick the like under the D. Yes. Please do that. Initial thoughts. I just get crisp green apple. That's amazing. Where's Danger Kitty? Danger Kitty. Wow. This is a wonderful fruit salad. Mark Emmericker, hello, cheers. Dinner, yes. Food, then whiskey. I don't usually do it that way. One, because I'm not good with feeding myself or taking care of me as a human being in general, and I also don't like to have anything on my palate before I do whiskey tasting stuff. And again, I just forget. It's pizza night. Friday, pizza night. It's the only thing I got for myself. A little tiny pizza. It's delish. Oh, gosh. Okay, that one. Ooh, it's got a malt note. I only got it when I pulled it away from my nose really fast. There's a slight malt note. I'm going to assume it's a Scotch. I'm already assuming most of these are Scotch. But we'll see. I won't know until I taste it. And even then, probably won't know what that is. Well, that first one. Good start. I like that. Makes me want to drink it immediately. Sipping on Kira's Revenge from Nassif. Tasty goodness. Oh, I want some. Sounds good. Kira? Kira. Oh, that makes me think of Deep Space Nine. And Kira is the type of person who would get revenge on someone, so that's great. Maybe it's named after her. Probably not. I'm gonna pretend it is. Number B. What? Immediate caramel, but it's one of my favorites. A little sweeter, almost white sugar sweetness. Yeah, but this all makes sense once it's said out loud. Tiramisu stuff. At the top, where they zap it with fire and make it all caramelly and sweet. That was my initial experience with this. Just wow, ooh. Huh. This one has a little bit of a fruit note too. Not apple. Almost mango. Which kind of mango, Brian? Honeydew melon. Lovely. This one's... Ugh. I feel... Where am I? My brain's going on an adventure. It's like, is this what being in... It's making me think of a hookah lounge, strangely enough. I've only been in a hookah lounge like once or twice in my life, and that was many years ago. But like a sweet tobacco floating through the air. In that kind of environment, too. If you've never been to a hookah lounge, they're amazing. I don't like nicotine, but that was the closest I came to experience any of it. Other than like dumb stuff when I was younger. Never touched a cigarette, never will. Well, never smoked one. I've picked up cigarette butts off the ground, so that's not entirely true. And thrown them away. Jesus. Ugh. Yeah. Like a sweet pipe tobacco. Oh, God. I'm going to get lost in all of these, aren't I? Good grief. Number 3. Which is also called C in this case. You can follow along with this. Good luck. Wow. Vanilla frosting. Vanilla frosting with the sprinkles inside it. I used to eat that right out of the thing. So good. I had a problem when I was younger. Give me sugar. Oh my good. Peach. All these fruit notes. Oh. I think this is one of the reasons I enjoy Scotch sometimes. And again, I'm assuming they're all Scotch, but I have no idea. Oh God, they're all from different places. I'm going to get all of these things. Well, I'm not trying to get anything right. But again, I assume. Just assume. But I know there are plenty of things out there from India, from what, Pakistan, from Australia. I've had so many random whiskeys from all over the globe now. It feels a little weird. Japanese whiskey. Oh. This one has something along the outside of it. For the record, things I say don't always make any sense, but that's okay. My brain interprets things in very odd ways, and that's what's fun about this. I had the thought of plastic film. I don't know why with that one. That was odd. The rest of it's initially great, but there's like something like clinging to the outside of it. That doesn't make sense to me, but that's okay. It doesn't need to. Again, number D. Whoop, whoop. That was hay and not mulch. Hay and not fresh cut grass, but like the grass. Well, it's basically hay. But grass has been left on the lawn. It's starting to dry a little. Think of a shrubbery. I am thinking of a shrubbery. I hope most of you understand that reference. There's a greenness to this. That might mean a grain. Kind of grain, I'm not really sure. I can think of rice. Rice doesn't really have a smell. Or much of a taste, honestly. They have soy sauce. This one has a I want to say sweeter notes. Not really fruit. We are the knights who say indeed. Yes, I am. But I'm not 10 to 12 feet high. Tall. This one gives me a lingering vibe of having some kind of peat involved. Very faintly, but sometimes peat can come off to me as a sweetness, and this one has a... I think the word is ash, but specifically, and this is exactly what it is, I know, but I'm thinking of a campfire that has been burning all night, and there's just ash on there in the morning with a few wisps of smoke. So they flesh wound. Whew. All right. Fascinating, as Mr. Spock might say. I'm going to start right in the same order, just to make it easy. I love the initial notes I got. The only one that's making me go, is D. So D is the one where I'm going, I don't know. I'm suspicious. I don't know why, but that one's giving me suspicious vibes. C is another one where something's different. Again, I got some odd notes on that one. But A and B, I'm just kind of like, oh, hello. Especially A. A was the first one that just went hard. It's like, you love apples. It's like, I do. What the hell? All right. Shall we begin? Yes, let us. Let us indeed. Cheers, everyone. Here we go. More sniff. Oh, my God. I've never had something that was such a delicious, crisp green apple. Ah. Not so much in the palate. It's clinging to my tongue in a strange way. The D left a strong impression, yes. As it would. It's very light. It's got staying power, though. Like, I'm waiting for it to, like, fade away. It's not doing that. It's just, it's landed on my tongue. It's been like, hello. And now it's just lying there. It felt a little silky. And this is stuck. Oh. Another sip. I'll hold my palate, see what happens. It's very light. But it's just a nice little sweet thing. Not overly complicated. Simple. But pleasant. It feels like it has to be a malt. Just because of the way it clings to my tongue. Feels that way. Yeah. It could be anything. Because it's not hitting me in a way I expect it to, and again, I'm going blind. So there's a lot of like, what is this? But there are no strong impressions. It's a light touch. So it's interesting. It's there. It's not bad. Like if I can sip, it's giving me the vibe of like a really light white wine. Something you can sip on without problem. You just be doing that all night and get yourself in trouble. Yeah. Just kind of shows up. A little sweet. Maybe a touch of vanilla. A little bit of that. You don't really even get a fruit note. It's just vanilla sweet, but in the lightest way. I'm trying to think of something to compare it to. And there is some kind of wood impact because my tongue goes a little bit dry. And the part that's really noticeable is it goes a little bit dry and then stays that way. for a considerable amount of time. And what's misleading me is the number. There's 21 on it. Of course, my brain's like, oh, 21? Like 21 years? I have no idea. But since I see a number 21 on there, I know we're not in the proof territory. Percentage, either way. I could see this as being a 21-year-old whiskey, but I think it would need more to it, personally. I need more! However, it is very sippable. It's got a nice texture. I'm trying to think of what kind of vanilla sweetness this is. Like I said, it's silky. But it's light. It's almost as if it were a... the thing I'm comparing it to my mind is whipped cream, except something that was made at home and is extremely light. Like the vanilla is there, but barely, and it's almost trying to think of the type of texture I'm thinking of, where it is very light. Almost like almost like it could float. So I'm specifically thinking of a bubble bath, like bubbles in a bath, except one solid thing. It was wild. It's taking me on an adventure, to say the very least. Andrew Butler, no hits. Tell me what they are. Again, I'm not trying to guess anything. That will drive me insane. I'm trying to experience it. Easy whip. No, a little more homemade than that, but... the thought process I have is that someone has made whipped cream at home, and it's very soft, very, very light, very pillowy, and it's because they're one of those at-home bakers. Like, they have this amazing skill and make this superb, sweet whipped cream that they put on cupcakes. I love cupcakes. But very few people have had it and know about it. It's that kind of thing. I don't know why that came to mind that way, but it's fun that it did. All right, that was lovely. Going for number B. I keep saying it that way. For whatever reason, on the second nosing of this, it made me think of a rye. A Canadian rye. It's kind of making me think of Alberta Premium. I'm assuming it isn't. I've made a lot of assumptions in my life. Who is this mystery maker? I must try their wares. I don't know. That's the thing. It's a lovely little story in my head. But there are some really nice bakeries in the area. I should go get a cupcake tomorrow. Nope, tomorrow's a Saturday. I'm not going anywhere. There's something different about this on the second round. For whatever reason, my brain's locked into it being some kind of rye. So, well, what would the palate say? Find out what the palate says. Nope. That's the rye. It's the least spicy rye I've ever had in my life. So what is this? It's giving me that weird initial sip. If you haven't been here for a while, or if you don't know what's going on, the process I go through is color, nose, then we have an initial sip, and then we have a sip where we hold on the tongue. Those two combined are how I come up with whatever the hell comes out of my brain and my mouth. I don't say anything really about it until the second sip, or I'm not supposed to. I usually don't. Alright, next sip. Walnut palate. Weird. Oh, then I can't breathe. I was getting an I don't like that reaction. Like my something about my body was like, no. So I had to not do that. Like gag, but just it's a little spicier now that I held on my palate, but it also might be a higher proof. I don't think it is. I think what's bothering me is my initial thoughts. My first taste thought was it had that. It made my brain flash to. I've talked about this numerous times. That Novocaine, like if you've ever had a Novocaine injection in your mouth, and some of the Novocaine gets in your mouth, there's a certain taste to it. Not a good one. As far as it being very heavily medicinal, I mean exactly what it is. It's a numbing agent. And I got that feeling, that little bit of a nummy feeling, and that what made me go, was probably because it made me think of that situation. I have never liked being at a dentist, but my teeth are a mess. I have an empty Glencairn over here. There's nothing in it. Nothing in it yet. Music's making me chill. I'm like, oh god, 30 minutes. 29 minutes. Woo! Other than the spiciness being kicked up a little bit. Yeah, there's just like this pinpricks, briefly. At a very mild light. The impulse, the thing I want to say is malt. Because again, I still think these are all Scotch. They probably aren't. This one in particular doesn't seem like it is. It's leaning in the direction of a type of rye, but I've had very few ryes that are like this where you wouldn't even know. But if I'm getting weird spice really briefly, that could be, again, wood impact. Odd. These are both very... They don't taste bad, but they are thought-provoking. Especially with my initial nosing on these things. I was ready to just like, oh my god, good. But now I'm going back to them for the first sip. It's like, what is... Well, you are not what I expect. Now these last two, I'm expecting are going to catch my attention in different ways. Possibly for the positive, since my initial feelings of them were a bit skeptical. Let us see, shall we? We're on C. There's that green note. And in this case, it is a sapling branch. If you break a sapling branch, there's that green, barely grown bark. That has a very particular smell. I think of that very often when I get this nose. But it also has a perfumishness to it. Perfumishness? That works. That's a word now. I don't know if it was this one or the or D that I thought had that sweet tobacco note. Convincing myself it's this one. All right, here we go. Cheers. That was quite the adventure. Oh, this one has a bunch of leaps and bounds it's doing. I thought of Oreo cookie, which is good because I love Oreo cookies. Shouldn't. I shouldn't eat them at all, but oh my god, just so good. And I also had that thought of, oh, you know what? Oh, wow. All right. If you've ever had the white chocolate covered Oreo cookies, don't get those near me. Yes, it's making me think of that. But it did this weird, like I was hit by the idea of Oreo cookie, like the not so much the chocolatiness of it, that's still there, but for eating an Oreo cookie, you're usually really interested in the frosting, which is my thing. Vanilla cream frosting. So initially it made me think of that, then it dropped off, and then it came back with something else. So it had very like doot 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 progression. Wow. That surprised the hell out of me. I want to do that again. Good grief. And it's a severe vanilla sweetness. There's a fruit in there. What fruit is that? Initial thoughts from melon and strawberry, but that's not quite right. Something else. Okay. Moving on. Oh. Total Ion Shielding Isla Single Malt, burnt plastic rubber mask, matchbox tires, polished chestnuts. Stay away, far, far away. Hey, someone's gotta love that. If they made it, bottled it, someone loved it. I don't know who, if anyone, it was a Total Wine. Well, I don't know how all that works. Very large chain. So I imagine they have to pick a lot of stuff for all their stores. Although I like to think they do it store by store, so that might be possible. Again, I don't know. Coconut. It's making me think of chocolate coconut. That's wild. That took a little getting to. Whoosh. We're talking about what do they call macaroons? Some kind of cookie oatmeal. Not oatmeal cookie, but it has shredded coconut in it somehow. It's not an oatmeal cookie, although I do like an oatmeal cookie. They are often betrayed by the raisins, so give me some chocolate chips, damn it. Hand-to-hand commenter and Sanity bombs. Whoa. Ah. Well, you know what, Zenbu? Bring that to Irene. Be like, I have a sample for you. Enjoy. I gave her something a while back. I forget what it was. Which is bad, because I'm pretty sure I didn't label it very well. It wrote on it. On to D. The nose on this one is not improved either. Again, assuming they're all scotches, and they don't know if they are. I put that in my head, so that's what they're going to be. There's a weird malty note. What breeds in my brain is a malty note, not a good one. Malt doesn't sit right. I could be getting confused because there might be peat in this. And if it is, it's extremely light. And if it isn't, I'm not sure what the hell's causing that. We'll find out on the palate. Here we go. I hope. Oh yeah, it's got peated something in there. That's almost like pillowy smoke. Like, not you're choking on it. It's just the kind of thing when you're standing. There's a campfire nearby, and the wind's pushing it your way, but you're far away. So you notice it's coming your way, but it's not like choking you. Yeah, I know that tingle. Oh, peat. It's sitting on my tongue. There's something odd. It's making me think of. I have a terrible thought, but it's making me think of. I really hope this isn't what I think it is. Not dried hay, but close to it. We'll see. I'm gonna leave that one for myself. There's a lot happening with that one. It happens fast. Drying out my tongue real fast, too. Jeez. Oh, I keep going like, well, I'm gonna get some more saliva back. What the hell happened? It's just laying there. It's not a bad taste. Just a weird feeling in my tongue. Okay, you could do that. They're whiskey soms as well. They're always down to try something. I mean, again, in this case, I'm going, I have no idea what any of these are, but they're very interesting. All right. This last one definitely feels like it's got peated something in it. It's the way it's landing on my tongue here. I want to say wet ash. Because it's like... Or soot. Be soot. It's the same thing. It's a different word, so I'm saying that instead. Andrew Butler, are you still here? I hope so. Otherwise, it's going to be very awkward for me. Let us reveal what these are out of sheer curiosity from my end. I'm going to eat pretzels, even though I'm told I shouldn't. Salt does things. So unless I get plain pretzels, I don't even know if that's an option. Probably is. Sounds terrible. Give me all the sodium. Oh, wait. Whoa. Let's go with the A. So that is the 21 Rangifer Tardis. Tarndis. That is A. Give us all the juicy details. And I can take a sip of it once I know what the hell it is. Or at least I'm told what it is. I might know what it is. There are plenty of Scotch distilleries and other places in the world that have distilleries that I would have no idea. Hell, there's that in America. America. Tarndis. Glenfiddich Winter Storm 21-year-old. Oh god, the nose on that initially was so good. That shouldn't surprise me. A freaking 21-year-old. Ugh. Well, hold on. I was right. Hey! Again, you did give me a pretty big clue about some of these. And when I saw 21, I'm like, that's gotta be the year. Everything else I could see is possibly a percentage. 40% ABV, ice wine cask finish. Ugh. That ice wine was crazy. Again, like, why I thought green apples initially. Did I say this was like the white wine? I forget. But that would make sense. I think that was C. One of these I gave like a weird white wine, but it might have been this one. Meow, sugar kitty. Meow. Meow. Winter Storm, huh? It feels like the white wine just kind of tamped it down. You'd think something that was sweet. Well, yeah, ice wine. Oh, ice wine? No. That's different. I'm thinking dessert wines. Ice wine I've never had before. Or maybe I have, actually. My brother did a lot of wine stuff. I don't remember exactly what it was like. Yes, well done to me if I said that. If not, no evidence of that, is there? Of course there is. Interesting, fascinating. That nose was incredible initially. Good God. And I'm happy to hear it's a Glenfiddich. Okay, hold on. Chat has moved. See that again. Glenfiddich Winter Storm, 21-year-old. Huh, Winter Storm. Let me actually... I can't type. Putting these in the thing. Well, it comes with a white bottle. I know I've seen that before. I never bought it. I'm kind of glad I didn't because the nose was amazing, but the palate was just still good. And probably very expensive. It's 21-year-old Glenfiddich. I've gotten up to the 18-year. No, I've gotten up to the 15-year is what I have. And I've sampled the 18-year, and that was also glorious. 21-year with this wine finish thing went in a very different direction. Because those are all like steadily fruit, delicious, sweet. And this one, I think they overdid it with or something. The wine must have done something where it kind of just brought everything down. Not in a bad way, but it feels like it took away from the whiskey itself. Make sense? There's nothing wrong with subtle. Like, there's probably a lot you're getting on this that I don't. Because I have the palate of a moose. I don't have any idea what moose palates have. This! Hello. Welcome to this mess. Welcome back. Alright. Number B. Which is... Watch the time. Ooh! 46 Del Chaucinea. Del Oceanesne. Tricodioides. And again, I'm showing you guys so you can try to pronounce it for yourselves. If it'll focus. Camera. We've had this talk. Thank you. Whatever that is. This is one that's in the bigger sampler, if that helps. Again, I have 3 more of these. So stay tuned. I got another blind flight thanks to this gentleman, Andrew Butler. Again, thank you. This is always fun. J.P. Weiser dissertation. AE2. Wow, a lot of numbers. AA 126262. I don't even know what that is. Check. Google. 46.1%. From Canada. Well, what the heck? That's not Scotch. They don't have Scotch they make in Canada. Sorry, I'm laughing at my brain. Saying stupid stuff. They make Scotch in Canada? Wow. Dulcinea Tracanas. J.P. Weiser. I've heard of that name. Dissertation. I don't know why all those numbers and letters are there. That sounds wild. Is this the one I said smell like Alberta Premium? Oh, I hope it is. I don't remember. That's why I record the stream. So maybe I can look back. I won't. This one was making me... I hope it was this one that made me think of Alberta Premium. That'd be hilarious. Is it a rye? I assume it is because it's Canadian. But if it is, I get just that one's lands a little weird. None of these are bad, as I said. They're all extremely unique. And I'm also the type of person who needs ridiculous sweetness. Andrew Butler, I promise I'll just... No idea how it happens. I'm glad it does. I'm glad some of the things I say make some sense somewhere. Yay. Number C. Keep saying it. 48. This is one I... Azalea luteum. Cling. Sorry. I don't remember what I said about this one at all. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, these two, I forgot. C and D were oddballs with the nose. Maybe the same with the palate. Is this the one I didn't like? Something about it made me go weird. I feel like this immediately I'm like, Oh yes, and please. I know it's hiding behind the D, but you get an idea what it says. Most of you have. Everyone has. More people have than have not. I love that. Thank you. The likes and the thumb and stuff. Although, if you do subscribe, right now, something might happen. At least it's supposed to, but very, very rarely do people actually subscribe during a stream. And if they do, it surprises the heck out of me, because I always forget what it is. Wheat whiskey, corn whiskey, rye whiskey. Oh. Invoca Gordon, 1972 single grain 48-year-old. I thought the 48 was the percentage. Yeah. Well, good. I don't seem to like 48-year-old, whatever that is. Invigador, 1972. I was not even alive in 1972. Cripes. Thompson Bros. Thompson? Thompson. No, that's Thompson. Words. Drinking a lot of whiskey really fast is a great thing for me. I was the Master of Malt. Thank you, Master of Malt, for existing and telling me the things I want to know. Except you have to ask me where I'm from and how old I am. Go away. Cool. That's the second one. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize this clipping. Nope, that doesn't help. All right, I'll leave that alone. I'm making sure I have a list. I'm Googling these or search engineing them so I can look at them later. I'm running out of time already. That's okay. They run Dornoch Distillery. Ooh. 48 years old. Good grief. Really? This is the coconut. I don't know how coconut get in there. Glad it did. At least I think it's the coconut one. That's what I'm tasting. That's what I'm thinking about. $1972. I spent my summers on a small lake in Maine. That sounds delightful. Maine is one of those places I need to go to. It's very approachable for something that's 48 years old. That is certainly something you would have a special event, and if you already open it and taste it yourself. I'd like to believe that most people could handle that, like just as a sipper, as a wedding or funeral or whichever one of those seems to be the big event for opening a bottle that's a very old, expensive whiskey. Grief. Whiskey's older than I am. How dare you? On to D. To get distracted. Which is the 52. This better be the proof. I swear. Or percentage. Gantiana Nippo or R? I don't know if that's an R or an N. Hello. You just did it. Come back. Come back. There you go. I don't know what that first letter is on the second line. Vacation land. My vacation land was Vermont. Officially, and occasionally Florida. What? I'm going to look that up immediately. 52%. From Japan. Ooh. See, the great thing is I don't remember what I said. I know I said a bunch of things. I might have mentioned Japanese whiskey. I have no idea. This is the one I swear has some peat to it. 52% does not drink that way at all. Wine Searcher. That's not what I want. The Whiskey Exchange? Drizzly? JapaneseWhiskey.com. Well, that's the thing. Alright. I'm clicking links just so I have an idea. Hey, that's a nice bottle. 52%. Da-da-da-da. Flora local to the Epsom Distillery. Aromatic character, yes. Exclusive combination of ex-bourbon sherry and Japanese wine casks. Japanese wine. Oof. That's wild. Alright, that didn't really tell me much, but now I have that available. Japanese whiskey. Oh, yes. I still swear it's peat. What's going on in there? Unless the wine did something real weird. But I'm also happy to see a higher percentage in the Japanese whiskey. That's why Nika from the Barrel. Good stuff. That's why it won awards on the Online Scotch Whiskey Awards. Apparently. It shouldn't have said anything to anyone. Now I don't know if I'm getting peat at all, of course. It's wild. Mike Frank, good evening. Welcome, sir. Thank you for popping in. Do the thing, please. All of you do the thing, please. I need more likes and subscribes and that. Oh, that working on it. Again, with 1,000 subscribers this year. It's supposed to look like or taste like Japanese gentian. Stuff is bitter, bitter herbs. Yeah. That's why it's, again, named after the floral local to the... It's just the name of the floral local to the distillery. Gentiana. The Gentian. It has a distinctly aromatic character thanks to aging. I don't know what it's talking about. It's either talking about the name of the place or the whiskey itself. God dang. Well, this has been delightful. I love the variety. Variety is always good. That's one of the things I like to do for other people. Unless I'm doing something specifically, which does happen. You know, ryes, bourbons, Scotch, Irish. I try to have sampler packs of those all in one. But if it's just something that I make up, the KillCo sampler is always something. They're always different in some way, shape, or form. I generally will not give you the same of everything. Because it's more interesting. It's more variety. You get to try more different things rather than just things you are aware of. Like if you really like bourbon and you receive a bourbon sampler, you probably will like most of them. But if you like bourbon and I give you an Irish, a Scotch, a Japanese whiskey, and a bourbon, woohoo, you just got yourself on an adventure, sir, or madame, or anyone. Tree of releases after local plants, as far as I know, probably because they are pretty. Well, I see the flower on the bottle. It looks really nice. They're very detailed, to say the very least. A nice blue color. Yeah, it's on the box. It's on the label. If you look it up, I'm looking at it right now. So that's why I'm like, hey, here's the. With that, I guess I can try to say which one I like the most. They're all kind of. This happened with, I think it was Sugar Kitty, where there was none of them. I'm like, well, I know as far as the first impression, the nose on the first one was astounding initially. The second one, now that I know it's Canadian, good God, I'm like, it's a rye, and it's from Canada, and it's a lot like a Alberta Premium. Yes, it is. Thank you. Well, thank you for giving me the 48 year. Good God, I don't even want to know any more about that. But I'm gonna absolutely look up what that price is right now because I need to feel guilty. Damn it. I'll do a quick run. Hold on. First one's really nice. I'm going one after the other, so this is going to get wild. $48 also wild. That is the one that's a roller coaster. Oh. I have to clean my palate out after that one. I don't know why I do. There's so much going on there. Oof. There's something about this one I don't like. I would never have guessed that's Japanese whiskey. I always thought this was a lightly peated Scotch. However, if you know anything about Japanese whiskey, that's not a far jump from what they started working with. I'd say A. A is probably the one I like the best. The nose initially was amazing. The palate, though soft, is still nice and sweet and friendly. B is too much like a Canadian rye. I don't know if it is a rye, but knowing it's from Canada now, it's like, yeah. C is more complex than I probably can get. And it's a roller coaster. It's delicious. It's 48 years old. I don't even want to know. But for what it is, it's a delightful thing to have once. But even the concept of a bottle like that was just too far out of my range of thought. It seems like it was a lot of money if it's that old. And that does add to it. That's the weird part, just psychologically knowing that it's that old. It's like, wow. And D, though interesting, is a little wobbly. It's got these weird peat notes. And again, I'm not even sure it's peat, but... something about it. It's not terrible. It's a bit odd. It gets my mouth really dry. But with that, I'm going to toast out with A here. Single grain is cheaper than single malt. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a green thing I'm getting on the Japanese one. If that's the case. Anyway. With that, once again, we come to the end of the stream. Thank you all for being here. I'll be back on Sunday. Don't worry about it. It's like 2 days. Not even. Andrew Butler, again, thank you for donating these to the channel. They have been delightful. Fascinating. Again, it's a fun word. I just kind of raise your eyebrow if you say it. And with that, ending the stream. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you out there. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.